Hello. Can everyone hear me now? I had to pull my mic in and out. I wasn't on mute or anything. Do apologise everyone, welcome back. I have been here the entire time. Didn't even realise that my mic wasn't working. It was weird. I just pulled the aux in and out the controller and it worked again. Sorry guys. How embarrassing is that? Yeah, I wasn't on mute or anything. Game is a bit loud, no problems. How are we looking now? Yeah, apologies guys. Wow, I was just saying about Stuka being well, he was 5/10 faster than the next man. Quotex Gamer, since sorting out the mic issues, is now up into second place. And has Konya going to be starting from the back, retired very early on in the session, is Frazier just over a tenth up on his lap time, coming into the final braking zone around the Miami Gardens Autodrome. Powering out, head down to the line, overtake button enabled, and crossing the line 0.27 of a second faster than before. I'll keep an eye out, and I think I'll just turn the audio down a little bit more. Hello. Hello. Right, I've turned the mic up as well, so that should help with the onboards. Again, apologies for the mic problems. No idea. It pulled the headset in. I might know what it was for the capture card that I usually use for the laptop, which is just out of action. I've got to get it fixed at the end of this month. But I plug it into the PlayStation, so I don't have to switch out the HDMIs, and I think that might have been what it was, trying to capture the microphone from the capture card and pulling it out. Would have made that difference in switching it back to the controller, so that might have been what it was. Again, apologies. Into turn 11 for the Mercedes of Brad, was on provisional pole earlier on, going through the chicane clunky section at the end of sector 2, coming out of turn 16. Will finish sector 2 now, and he's just over a tenth up on his previous time. Of course, we just had some news in the F1 world that Logan Sargent has lost his seat in Formula 1 and will be replaced by Colapinto, who's an F2 driver. Fabio Colapinto? Forgotten his first name for a minute there. Fabio Colapinto, I think, and he will be starting from this week in Monza, racing with the number 43 on that Williams for the final 9 rounds of the season, until Carlos Sainz takes the helm of that second Williams car for 2025, as Brad stays third fastest for now. Just under 2 minutes to go. A lot of drivers out on outlaps, a lot of drivers just starting their lap as Hazard starts his final attempt. He will see the checkered flag, which means if he has got the fuel, which he just about does, if he makes a mistake in the first sort of third of a lap, maybe half a lap, he'll be able to go again and all over the curves, using as much as the road as possible and speed through that S section. Coming out of turn 8 now and going over the curve a bit too much, and it would have unsettled the car in the apex as we now ride through the slight kinks of rights and lefts up towards turn 11, negotiating turn 9 and 10 there, and into the heavy braking zone of turn 11, the best overtaking spot on the racetrack today. Into 12, 13, 14, 15 over to the right hand side to get 16, a very important exit here, slow corner. Hope the Williams there stays out of his way, which he has done, as Blue and Soul has just started his final attempt as well. Hazard got a couple of cars just ahead of him on the racetrack here. Hopefully they will not get in his way, because they will be wanting to start their final attempts. Yellow flags flying. That's Brad, who's retired in the pit lane. He's not going to go any faster, just going to watch and see where he ends up. Hopefully he stays third fastest for him. Hazard was just under a tenth up, but didn't move up the standings. We've got around 20 seconds left to go in the session. 4 tenths up for Famous Wayne. It's saying it's a purple second sector as Zoltan starts his final attempt with only a few seconds to go on the clock. The McLaren behind him of Fraser 2 tenths up stays in ninth place. The Ferrari of blue and Sol or Pigeon crosses the line there just up on his time as well, but stays 11th. The checker flag is out, and Famous Wayne third fastest, 4 tenths off the provisional pole time as it stands. And here comes Ratigan to the line, the next car, and he stays 15th. Was up on his time, but it isn't good enough. Blue and Sol, the next car, but he has invalidated his final attempt, so that will be his best position start. 13th, Ahmed can pick him to 13th place, so at worst he'll be starting 14th. He can only lose 1 position. Here comes Trouser, Stuka just behind him, still on provisional pole. Here comes Trouser to the line. It's third fastest, and Stuka into the pits. Who is the next car? It's Call Me Our Kids. He's across the line, 6th fastest, just under a couple of tenths faster than his previous attempt. The next car was Ahmed, and then we've got Scotty, who is invalidated. He's not going to be able to complete the lap either. Hazard's not going to be doing a lap. We've got Fraser to the line now. Is this faster? It isn't. It was only 1 millisecond slower than his previous attempt. Here comes Pigeon to the line now. He's down by a second. 12th will be his starting position. That's the end of qualifying. It's the Sauber of Stuka on pole position for the Miami GP. So Stuka starting on pole with that 125.7. Quakes Gamer alongside him on the front row. Trouser in third. Wayne 4th. 5th is Brad. Cormier Kid 6th. Super Striker 7th. 8th is Scotty. Zoltan 9th. 10th is Fraser. Ahmed 11th. 12th Pigeon. 13th Hazard. Blue and Sol 14th. 15th Ratigan. And that's Tonya starting 16th and last. We'll be back in a moment for the start of the formation lap. And we're about to get underway. No formation lap today. For some reason, Stuka gets us underway here for the Power Grid Racing Champion tier, getting a very good start as we go down into turn number 1. And around there, sorry, that caught me off guard. I don't know why the formation lap has been turned off. That's not a usual occurrence. We've got positions changing all over the shop here with Ahmed making up a couple of places at And Super Striker making up a place here on Scotty down into turn 11. Ahmed as well, as Call Me Our Kid has lost 4 places at the start. Maybe he was caught off guard like I was at the start. I'm not sure why the formation lap has been turned off, or if it may have, of course, just been done by a mistake as we go down towards turn 17. And Stuka gained a healthy advantage, around a second already, down towards the final braking zone on the lap. And ignore the 2 markers here, hopefully they'll sort themselves out eventually as we go on to the second lap. 1.2 seconds now is the gap between Koyex Gamer and Stuka in the lead of this race. Stuka sitting in 4th in the championship at the moment on 187 points. 3 wins to his name, 4 poles now, and 4 podiums all together. And just outside that DRS range, DRS enabled, of course, on lap 2 is something we're more getting used to as we go further on into the game cycle. And here comes Zoltan, DRS enabled for him here, but so is his rival ahead. His Trouser overtakes Koyex Gamer for that 2nd place position. Is Zoltan going to go for that 7th place position? He is not. Pigeon and Ratigan, though, squabbling at turn 11 over the final position on the racetrack, or the final couple of positions on the racetrack, as Pigeon moves up into 15th place. Down the back straight we go already with the race lead pack. And Charles has actually been able to get in DRS range where Koyex Gamer wasn't able to, but of course he's been able to sort of pull him along here, as Hastonio is making a good start in the first couple of laps. As we have our first time penalty for Zoltan, 3-second time penalty for him already, and he's down towards the very back. He must have had a bit of an incident in the final sector as Fraser goes up the inside of Estonia, who has moved up 5 places now. He's going to make it 6 at this point. Neck and neck between these two. And Estonia, 7 places up at the start. A very, very good start for him, working well on the medium tyre. We didn't actually get a chance to see what drivers started on what. We've got 3 drivers on the hard tyres, everyone else, the other 13 on mediums, and no one willing to touch the soft tyre at the start of this event. Down towards turn 11 here, Trouser getting very close to the back of the race leader, but not close enough, as Hastonia now losing a couple of places. This midfield fight starting to come to the boil as we go through 12 and 13. A slight touch between the front axle and rear axle of the Alpine and McLaren as they come out of turn 16. DRS will be enabled a few hundred metres down this straight, and Ahmed will not have DRS, nor will Fraser, who will be under threat. Trouser taking the race lead into the final braking zone at turn 17 as we watch Call Me Our Kid look to the inside at the final corner, but no luck there for him. Is Stuka going to try and take back the place? Is Super Striker pitting at the end of lap 3? Is that for a front wing change? It surely is. It is indeed. Front wing goes off, new one goes on, hard tyres on. This is going to be a strategy of patience for Super Striker as he comes out the number 9 Alpine down in 16th place. Around turn 8 we go. Got to be steady with that one as Brad gets a very good exit here and is looking to overtake the Dutchman of Koyex Gamer in that Red Bull as we go foot flat to the floor down towards the turn 11. At the end of this DRS straight, Brad not able to look for an overtake here. It's a tricky circuit to get right as Astonia locking up the front axle there, trying to go the long way round of Call Me Our Kid. It hasn't played out. He's going to sit there now and wait for his next opportunity as Hazard trying to make an overtake here in the chicane section, the tightest point of the racetrack, and he's got past and in to 11th place. That could be the overtake of the evening already, and we're only on the 4th lap of the race. Here goes Zoltan to the outside, medium tyre versus medium tyre. They've made a bit of contact there. You saw some debris coming off. I'm not sure if it's actually smoke or debris. It looked like it could have been carbon fibre, so one of them potentially has a bit of damage on their hands. Now, whether they're going to pit and replace the front wing, and maybe they can't, there might be some side pod damage. Stuka back into the lead again. These four just starting to break away, all staying with each other though, however, pretty even on pace as Trouser gets closer and closer. We haven't seen for a race lead change on the live stream. We're not going to see one just yet. Is Scotty getting past? There is Astonia, Blue in Soul and Hazard all scrapping for that 9th place, and Hazard moves up the inside and Astonia tries to stick with him. It's left the door open for Blue in Soul, but then Astonia moves across the left hand side and cuts off the angle for Blue in Soul, and slams the door shut as well as we now exit back down this 3rd DRS straight on this Miami International Circuit. We're going to see a move from Astonia again. Very, very busy in the opening 5 laps. We're about to go and have now gone on to lap 6 of 29. Where have those 5 laps already gone? That was very, very quick indeed. About halfway through the stint of the medium tyre, about another 5 to 7 or 8 laps to go, I think, on this medium. And we just missed one again, haven't we? There we go. Trouser getting past Stuka again. Of course, Trouser leading the championship as it stands. Got 3 wins so far, 4 podiums in total. Not a single pole this season so far, though. Hasn't been able to put it out the bag in the first 18 minutes of this around an hour to an hour and 20 minute event on a Tuesday evening. A lot of the championship contenders right up there at the top of this field. Anyone that isn't is Quirks Gamer. He's down in 17th in the championship, but has got the pace to be right up there, potentially more because he's joined a bit later than others and sort of is on the catch-up, and it will be the never-ending catch-up as well because it's too late in the season as we've got a 12 round season, and we're already sort of in the last little bit of the season now, right at the end of the downhill part of season 9. Astonia and Hazard, Blue in Soul and Fraser all been very busy. The 2 McLarens now close as well. Teagan joining this battle as well. You've got a couple of drivers sort of in a bit of no man's land after that. You Call Me Arcade and Olive play together in a group, and as you can see just further back here is Hazard tries to go to the inside, but no good for him. Again, that corner on the racetrack, arguably the best corner to make a move. It's a very, very long straight from turn 8. Well, in some ways you can't really call it a straight. In a Formula 1 car it is, potentially in others a road car it wouldn't really feel like a straight at all. His Trouser now trying to stretch his legs. Quirks Gamer getting very close to the back of the Sauber, which will give Trouser that little bit of an edge which he's been able to extract and get outside of that 1 second window. Teetering note this is the point where it doesn't matter whether you're in the second or not. It's in the next 300 or 400 meters where it really counts after these flowing sets of corners going around the back of the of Miami Dolphin Stadium, the Hard Rock Stadium. Of course, the Miami Dolphins winning 2 back-to-back Super Bowl championships in 1978 and 79, unbeaten for both of those seasons in the Super Bowl, but it has not won it since then. Of course, you've got the Kansas City Chiefs, who have been right at the very top of the NFL the last few years, the Red Bull of the American football world. So right on the point of 1/3 race distance now. Oh, Quinix Gamer not finding traction through the rear wheels there at the final couple of corners, turn 18 and 19. But it was... Come on, Joe, get the words out. It wasn't as bad as it looked. There we go. So still, this battle, this 5-car fight between Hastonia, Hazard, Blue and Soul, Ratigan and Frazier, the 2 McLarens, right at the back of this pack. Hastonia have been very, very good so far. They've been able to hold off the cars behind. As Blue and Soul getting past Hazard there, and just as that was happening, Call Me Our Kid getting past Famous Wayne as well. Ahmed Play just behind them as well, and 2.5 seconds back from them is Hastonia, not too far in the distance though. Trouser losing that advantage that he had early on, and under pressure from the Salbert driver behind, who, as I said, has won a few races so far this season. 4th place in the standings on 187 points, 3 wins between them actually, as Brad pits on lap 10 slightly earlier than I thought. Actually, I thought we might go a couple more laps, but potentially they are coming in a bit early just to get that undercut, and the 2 Mercedes came in together. It is a front wing change for the other Mercedes driver, so the double stack won't hurt him as much as what it really could have done with a quick sort of 2.5 second pit stop, not talking to each other by the looks of things, with them both sort of double stacking. The game is a lot better at the double stack though than it used to be. Is Wayne going to come out in last place? It's going to be close with him in Pigeon, but I think Wayne will just come out ahead. There you go, by around 1.5 seconds. The gap will close slightly with Pigeon having the warmed up tyres, especially through that first sector where it does wind so much. He should have a bit more of an advantage. Keeping those bottom 2 in my peripherals at the minute. Around turn 16. Loads of battery for Trouser. And the camera angle is just slightly different on depending on what car. And I can't actually see what Speaker's battery deployment is. Don't usually like putting the telemetry up, but we will do. 65% for him, around 85 or so for Trouser. And Koyak's slightly down on that. So is Scotty, around 50% for him. Call Me Our Kid coming in as well, and Trouser taking the lead. Okay, well, I'm stupid. I thought we can go for an overtake there. Call Me Our Kid in, Hazard in as well. Hard tyres, I presume, for the pair. Yeah. Call Me Our Kid as well on those hard tyres. And they'll come out in 12th and 13th, will they? I think it will be quite close between Super Striker and Hazard, not as close as I thought it could have been, and he slots between 13th and 15th place. Here comes Stuka, close but not close enough this time around. The field just starting to spread out, of course, with the pit stop sort of coming into motion now. Fraser overtaking his McLaren teammate here, or is he? As Ratigan tries to come back in defence, but it's no good. Fraser gets the place. The McLarens, of course, in 2024, arguably now the fastest car on the grid, and closing in 30 points behind the Red Bulls after the Dutch GP last week. And let's see who will be the better car this week in Monza. Of course, McLaren actually having some success in recent history at Monza, with Daniel Ricciardo winning in 2021. Stuka and Scotty both into the pits as well, as Ahmed goes up into third place, and that's Tonya into fourth. I think he actually overtook Blue and Soul. He also gets himself a time penalty as well. And it's going to be interesting with Brad, because he came in a bit earlier than others. Has he undercut Stuka? He certainly has. And where is Trouser going to fall into play here? He's going to have to come in this lap to cover off everyone else. He's got a nice advantage on the tyre offset, though, with everyone, and especially, of course, Brad and Scotty and others like that. Quake's Gamer yet to come in as well. I would presume they will both come in together, both on the medium tyres, so neither of them are actually going to go much longer. I did sort of think about lap 12, between 10 and 12 was sort of the major bit of the pit stop window, and it has seemed to have worked out that way. So there they go, the Aston Martin and the Red Bull both coming in at the same time, as Stuka makes an overtake here into the final corner. That was important for him there, and we'll see how close it is between them. I think Ratigan just passed us there in front of Shot and has gone into the pits. And where's Trouser going to come out here? Was the call to stay out later, get that tyre advantage in the final stint, going to pay off for them, because they've got a bit of traffic ahead of them to negotiate. And Stuka has got his Sauber teammate 5 seconds up the road. I'm sure he will be pitting early, but I'm also sure that if he doesn't, Stuka catches up to Estonia, he will just let him pass, and hopefully will be a bit of a blocker for him, a bit of a rear gunner, and try and hold up others. As Estonia getting past Blue and Soul here, who's been on the hard tyres from the get-go. You'd think they would be the better tyres at this point as we get to the halfway point in this race in a lap or so's time. But Estonia working well with the medium tyres on this very long stint he's gone for now. It's almost half distance. The hard tyres should be going on for him at the end of this lap. Ahmed Play as well. He will be staying out another 4 or 5 laps or so, would be my guess, going to the mediums to try and have a barnstorming final stint. Estonia staying out again, of course Blue and Soul will be, and now it's 4 seconds, the gap between 3rd and 4th place. Obviously Estonia, when he said it a minute ago, was in that 4th place, but Stuka will have to overtake Blue and Soul on the racetrack. So lap 14 of 29, you're watching All About Racing, and you're watching the Power Grid F1 League. We stream on a Tuesday night through multiple tiers. We're watching the Champions tier this evening. We do also cover the Elite tier. 3 rounds to go after this round, so check out all the videos beforehand and keep up to date. Like the video if you haven't done so already, and especially if you're liking the content, I would really appreciate it, and hit that red button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get up to 430 subs before the end of the week. It's been fantastic at the moment, so in the last 6-8 weeks, we've sort of gained 50-60 subscribers, which is the most sort of the highest rate we ever have done. The channel's been around since 2021. It's been slow and steady, but the last sort of, I said, 6-8 weeks, it's been popping more than others. So I really appreciate the support. So just keep hitting that button. It really helps me out, helps the channel out. We've also got Lee, the sort of joint, does the channel with me as well, so it helps him out in the process as well. And he commentates. He's done a bit of commentating on Power Grid, and he commentates with me on a Wednesday night for the Extinguished Motorsport, which of course will be back tomorrow at 8:30. 2.5 seconds now. Our net race leader is to the next car. Trouser and Koyak's Gamer not being able to get past the RB ahead as Hastonia loses the place again to Blue and Soul. They switch around. Stuka should be on their gearbox imminently, and I'm not sure what Hastonia is thinking here with staying out as long as he has. 14 laps he's done on those medium tyres, and I think he may be the only car now who is yet to pit on the medium, I mean, which he is. We've still yet to see Ahmed and Blue and Soul pit, but they're both on the hard tyre. Here's a close fight again. Trouser, Koyak's Gamer, Call Me Our Kid is not too far behind here, but they're behind either. As Hastonia stays out, Call Me Our Kid is out. Is a safety car deployed? Has Hastonia called it good here? Is everyone else going to consider pitting at this point? They're on the hard tyre. Will some of them have mediums to go on to? It's our first retiree of the day. We're down to 15. It's good for pitting because he'll be able to catch up to the back of the pack. He may pit as well. So he's just gone onto the hard tyre, but why not? Got literally nothing to lose. Down in last place as Super Striker stays out. Blue and Soul, actually, for some reason, those two change places. I wonder why that was. Pigeon into the pit lane. So, Hastonia will of course pit. He needs to pit. He hasn't got a choice, and this is the chance he's been waiting for. I think there might be a bit of a mix of strategy calls here. Hastonia comes in. Is it early enough? Is it late enough, should I say, for the softs? It is indeed. He's going to the soft tyre. Where is he going to come out, however? Who else is going on the softs? Both Salvers on the soft tyre. The only ones who are. He comes out in 6th place. It's been a fantastic performance from Hastonia so far. A bit of luck with the safety car, but sometimes with success you do have to have a sprinkling of luck alongside it. So of course, to give you a bit of insight, a bit of a recap, we haven't spoken about it for weeks. You get 50 points for a race win here. Got Brad, he's in 5th place, 162 points. And he's actually 80 points behind the championship leader, Trouser. He's down in 11th place. You only get 14 points there. So some of these guys at the top, like Brad as well, who, you know, as I said, Brad and where is Scotty? He's down in 12th. He's sort of not really a contender. But it's a good opportunity for Brad to sort of close in that gap, and especially closing the gap on Stuka, who's now down in 10th, who has had a bit of a rotten bit of luck with the safety car. It really hasn't gone his way in that sense. I'm super excited to see how this strategy is going to actually play out here for drivers like Astonia and Stuka. Of course, they're the real sort of drivers that really draw your attention. You've got some that have just gone onto the medium. They'll look good to the end. The tyres will be quick and consistent all the way to the checker. But the top three all on the hard tyre, going for that medium strategy at the start, not opting to pit then to go on another set of medium or gamble the soft, which a couple have. Played it safe, went for track position. As I said, it's very much up in the air here with a lot of drivers, with the strategy and how the safety car is really just sort of throwing a grenade in the mix here. So the safety car should be coming in, and we'll get that notification right about now. And there we go, slightly late, but Brad will get us back racing again. He slows up to get a bit of a distance between him and the safety car. Of course, he might want to gun it out of the final corner. If he does, he might have to just slow down a little bit more, which he has done on the spot. 15 drivers left in this race. Brad, then Scotty, then Koyx Gamer, Ahmed and Hazard are the top five. Astonia getting a 3-second time penalty earlier on, down in 6th place on the soft tyre, and we get back racing once again. Lap 19 of 29, 11 laps to go, including the one that we're on. This is going to be very interesting. Stuka to the inside here on Super Striker, trying to make up all these positions he lost with a bad hand. With a bad hand of when the safety car came out, and he's using those soft tyres to the best of his ability and to the best of the advantage that they will give him. He will not be too far behind, not too long until he's behind his Sauber teammate. Astonia up into 5th place, down towards turn 11. And just closing in on the braking to the next car of Ahmed. We've got a yellow flag again. That's Frazier. The two McLarens down in 14th and 15th as Frazier is around at turn 12 and should get back underway now, which they have done. Disappointing for him on the first lap restart. Ahmed looking to the left, then to the right, the outside line, and then being squeezed by Koyx Gamer. That was ultra aggressive from the Dutchman. Through the final 2 corners here is Astonia eyeing up a move with those soft tyres. He should potentially think about a lunge to the inside, or is he thinking more to the outside? No, he hasn't thought about either, just staying where he is for the moment. Just around the long turn 8 as Stuka goes side by side with Blue and Soul. He'll have DRS, but so will others ahead, and Hazard going slowly here, being overtaken by the both of them. Is Stuka going to make up another place? His Trouser gets past Hazard as well. It's almost like he can't get up into 8th gear going down the straight. Zoltan getting past Famous Wayne as well. And the freeway and the clunky section of the racetrack out of sector 2 into the final sector. DRS enabled now for Scotty. Is he going to go on the attack? Ahmed is going to go on the attack on Koyx Gamer. Last time around he looked to the left and the right, and he's doing it again as we look further down the straight. In the background, no one actually making an overtake or even attempting an overtake at turn 17 on lap 20. Lap 21 now with 29. Fastest lap set by Zoltan on the medium tyre as Stuka gets past Blue and Soul again and is right behind his Sauber teammates. And I don't see Hastonia this time actually even considering to maybe let his teammate through. They are racing for position now with a real flat out race to the end. And here goes Hastonia. He's actually going on the attack on Ahmed. But can't find his way through. It's mainly single file racing through this part of the racetrack as Armin has got himself a time penalty. We go around turn 16 and on to the back straight again. Armin actually sizing up a move, I think, on Koyx Gamer. Third time's the charm. Is it for the Williams driver as the two Saubers consider switching places? Is Stuka getting past and up into fifth as Armin now into the podium places, but he does have a 3-second time penalty. Of course, is Koyx Gamer going to come back with DRS back at him again? He certainly is. Inside line this time around for the Red Bull driver, who's going to be the last of the late breakers out of turn 1. Oh, it's Armin who stayed there. Stuka getting past Koyx after coming together with the Williams driver. They go side by side through 3 into turn 4. Again, side by side, 5, 6, they're staying with each other. Neither of them wanting to give up, and Koyx Gamer happy to back out of it eventually. Otherwise, it was going to turn into a crash or even an airplane crash at the speed that they were going down the back straight through 9 and 10 again as Scotty takes the race lead. And again, Koyx Gamer going backwards, being overtaken by the other Sauber of Hastonia now. 3 drivers in the top 10. Call that 4 drivers as Stuka gets a 3-second time penalty now. Whilst going aggressive, of course, forms the risk of getting those time penalties. When you push right to the limit of the racetrack, you will eventually cross all 4 wheels over the white line. Stuka now again to the inside, trying to get into the podium places, which he has done, going to try and forget about that 3-second time penalty and just use it to fuel the fire and try and get 3 seconds ahead once he gets into the lead. Lap 23 or 29 now, not too far to go. Is Brad going to come back at Scotty this time around? He is not at turn 11. He's going to have to wait for potentially turn 17 for the next opportunity. As Hastonia gets a good opportunity here to get back into 4th place. Looking good for the 2 Salwards, but they do have time penalties, both of them. So does the Williams of Armand behind as well. Sultan getting close, so is Trouser, but no use for him here. With a lot of them having DRS, it really just, as I always say, it just does become a train. It's so difficult to find that advantage, isn't it? 6 laps to go now. Scotty or Brad have both got a very good opportunity for the race win here. Both on hard tyres though. I wonder how good those softs still are. The softs on Super Striker's car are very good though, working at optimal grip and temperature. Fastest lap for him. He's potentially going home with that extra point, down in 15th at the moment. 6 points will make it 7 if he has that fastest lap. Stuka into 2nd now, passing Brad. With just over 5 laps to go. Going to be looking at about 0.7, 0.8 of a second per lap in the last 5 laps. After, if he overtakes Scotty into the final corner here, he'd have to gain to get the race win. That is a tall order on a set of softs that have already done around 7 or 8 laps. About 5 laps, should we say, at full race pace. So he's got another 5 laps of grip, proper grip at least. Stuka looking quick on the softs though, so anything is possible. But he has to get clear air, he has to get ahead. Tricky one for Brad as well, of course, because now he's got a car between him and his rival, neither of them having time penalties. So it's added another piece to the puzzle for the Mercedes driver. 5 laps to go, lap 25 of 29. And like I said before, we've got 3 rounds to go after this. We're looking at Portugal, Spain and Abu Dhabi for the last 3. We look away for a second and Scotty has lost the place to Stuka now. Could be around 8 tenths a lap. In the last 4 laps for Stuka. With DRS enabled with Scotty, that's going to make it very difficult because he's going to try and take back the race lead. He does take back the race lead with absolute ease around the final braking zone corner. Keep calling it the final corner, but it really isn't. As we go through turn 18 and 19 down towards turn 1 again. Trouser in 4th place. For Trouser, it's all about just getting those points, extending the lead of his championship. In the next race or so, he could really be crowned champion at this point. He's done very, very well all throughout this season. And very consistent in the points. Averaging about 33 points a race at the moment. A fantastic effort from him so far. Well, now that's a little bit interesting, isn't it? A virtual safety car deployed with just over 3 laps to go. I think that would have been Ratigan. No one will pit now. It will give everyone a chance just to have a bit of a breather, try and get the battery back up if it isn't already. stick as close to that doubter as you possibly can. I should think we'll start lap 27 under the VSC. I was about to say, with VSC disabled, that was very quick. 3 laps to go. And everyone had a 30-second breather there. As they wind through the end of the first sector, and now start the second down this long straight. Not long to go now as Scotty goes back into the lead of the race. What's Brad going to do? He wants that race victory as well. He's got a very slim chance of the championship, but he's still mathematically in it at the moment. So he needs to try and get past Stuka this time around. And go for the overtake. Here goes Stuka to the right-hand side, overtaking Scotty. Back into the race lead, penultimate lap now, but of course if it were just to have finished, Scotty would still be the race winner. So the penultimate time, this is the lap where you wonder, do you make the move now? Do you make the move later? Stuka in the race lead. It's opened up that opportunity again for Brad to actually get the race win here. And he also knows it, getting very close to the back of that RB. And did Stuka actually hit the wall down the exit of turn 8? If he didn't, it was very, very close. Here goes Scotty again to the outside using that overtake button. Brad trying to catch up as well, but Trouser trying to go through. And he's looking for the race win as well. Very close between the Aston Martin and Mercedes. And Stuka, another penalty. He's not even. Is he even going to be in the top 5? I don't think he is. It's so close between the drivers at the front. Scotty back into the race lead. He's been in first or second ever since the restart, pretty much, after the safety car. So regardless of either position where he's been fighting with Stuka, he will be getting the race win. Here goes Trouser. He's got an outside chance here of getting the race victory. He's going past Stuka, and it's looking like between Scotty and Trouser. Trouser come out of absolutely nowhere here to be in position for a victory. Only 4/10 behind the race leader through that first sector. Once again, the windy part of 6-7, and now a long, arduous turn 8. Powering out of there, foot flat to the floor, down towards turn 11 for the final time. DRS will be enabled for Trouser. Stuka too far back to cause a problem. Here comes Trouser with that DRS open. He takes the race lead on the final lap into turn 11. What is Scotty going to do? Just hang back and wait for turn 17? That is his only option, and just to make sure that he keeps it all neat and tidy through these few corners in the clunky part of the racetrack. If you're going to lose time, this is the area you're going to lose it. Powering out of turn 16, but look at Trouser getting the launch out of that corner, and he has gained a few tenths here. DRS open, battery deployed for Scotty getting closer and closer still, yet to have a victory in the Champions tier this season. Into the final corner, it's looking like the man who took the lead on the final lap is going to win his 4th race of the season here in Miami. Trouser somehow takes the race victory at the very end. Scotty finishes in 2nd. Commiserations for him. It looked like it was in the bag for him. Brad rounds out the podium, and Blue in Soul was only at 0.011 of a second off the podium position. That was a dramatic final lap. Trouser takes the race victory this evening on the one and only lap of... He led one lap, not even one full lap, half a lap he led here in Miami, and takes the race victory. Blue in Soul chosen as the driver of the day. I've got to give it to Trouser for driver of the day this evening. Extends his championship lead, where it looked like a couple of others might have been closing in on him. So Trouser takes the race victory after starting in 3rd place with a 45.55 race time, and Scotty finishing 2nd. Brad was 3rd, Blue in Soul 4th, 5th was Koyex Gamer after starting on the front row, 6th was Hazard, 7th was Amen, 8th was Famous Wayne. Stuka finished 9th in the end, and Hastonia rounded out the top 10. It was a honourable drive for him. It's a honourable mention for driver of the day for him. It was originally, he was the forefront of my mind, but it did have to change at the end, unfortunately. Pigeon finished 11th, 12th was Fraser, Zoltan 13th, Ratigan finished 14th, 15th was Super Striker, and Call Me Our Kid, 15th and DNF was Super Striker, and Call Me Our Kid was the other driver who did not finish. As I said, we've got 3 more races to go in Power Grid. We'll be back next week in Portugal for the Portimao circuit, one of my favourites. We'll join you then. It's been an absolute pleasure again this evening. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Keep subscribing to the channel. Let's get us to 4:30 by the end of the week. It would be much appreciated if some of you could just hit that red button. I'm sure there's a few that haven't done so already. Until tomorrow night or next week, if you're just watching Power Grid, we'll see you next time. Thanks very much for watching.